Ho ho ho! Welcome back to the 12 Days of Anime, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host with the most, and I've got pounds, so I can definitely boast. My name is Savagezweipanda, and definitely I can say we've got another video today, and it's about Shonen, as you guys have noticed. That's a big thing around about the 12 Days of Anime, and you know, we've so far, like, on this thing, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about Fairy Tail, we've talked about Gintama, Clover, we've talked about multiple, like, Shonen series, like, alongside of this, and if you guys noticed what's on the show this week, oh, what you know, it's a bunch of shonen. Like, most of my manga collection is probably from, like, you know, Shonen magazine. Like, you have your Norigamis, you have your Narutos, you have your Fairy Tales, you have your Haikyus, you have many different varieties of shonen. I think even Attack on Titan is technically counted as a shonen, which is very weird. Even Dead Man Wonderland at this point. And there's many varieties of shonen, and it's a genre that I'd say is probably one of my favorite, next to, like, you know, seinen is very up there with me. But 2016, looking back at this year of shonen in general, oh boy, has a lot of things occurred during 2016 and in the last year, as this has been the slow death of the big Jump shonen, especially Shonen Jump mainly being the main biggest magazine out there that always brings, like, you know, the hugest popular hits. You know, also your Naruto, Bleachers, and One Piece in the West and all that are amazingly huge compared to a lot of other series. But guess what? How many of those series have I already named just off there that have either ended this year or even last year before that? And look at what 2016 has left us with, and with the future of 2017 of Jump, it's not looking too bright. You've got Gintama exiting the door. You've also as well got a bunch of series that are probably going to be cancelled. Some of the new stuff in there. And the only real stuff that has survived in that magazine that's still left in there, you've got your One Piece, My Hero Academia's in there, Black Clover, like we get to see as well, like with Promised Neverland seems to be actually doing very well, but you can never know when that could, like, flip-flop anytime soon. And they're really riding a lot now on One Piece. Haikyuu, like, seems to, like, to be making their, like, revenue at the moment, and they're really looking for, like, that next big hit to really push it. They had, like, quite a big success with, like, what they saw with, like, My Hero Academia. They're definitely trying to push that with Black Clover now. They're definitely trying to find something. They keep throwing stuff at the wall and trying to see if it sticks, and if anything, they're going to push it to the absolute max. And I've said it before in a lot of, like, videos this year, but even as it's more depressing as I keep going as, like, someone that constantly, you know, reviews manga and like watches anime and reviews it, it's very sad to see when, like, a bunch of long ongoing franchises, like, especially end, even like Toriko, like, something I didn't personally have that much of interest in. I actually felt really bad for Toriko fans that had to deal with the same shit Bleach had to, where it was just like, yep, just get the ending out of the way, rush that shit, oh, we're rushing arcs and stuff, yeah, get out of the door. And it's just the way how they treated some of their, like, artists this year, which is absolutely disgusting in some ways. And, like, they honestly, like, I generally think, if anything, Shonen Jump is pretty much, like, dying for the most part. Like, I honestly, it's, like, maybe not financially, some of it is still probably doing very well, but for me personally, I don't really care that much for most shonen that's even in Shonen Jump or most of them out there. There'll be a one, like, you know, sleeper hit every now and then that'll actually get your interest, and you'll be like, oh, I actually want to see that, or I want to read that. Like, Promised Neverland, like, came out of nowhere, and I love mystery series. I love detective stuff like that. I love Conan. I absolutely adore stuff like that, and that's why Promised Neverland, like, it increasingly, like, I love it so much. It just interests me. That's the sort of genre stuff I love. But in that magazine where, like, you know, I do enjoy, like, One Piece line when I do read it, and it's not, like, obviously it's not my favorite thing in that magazine, but, like, Gintama pretty much is the favorite thing. But I think, honestly, once, like, Gintama leaves, that's it. Like, that, honestly, Jump is, for a while, has been kind of, like, dead for me for a while. Like, I mean, I had Clover in there, and I do enjoy Clover, and then Academia whenever I read it, but it's like, there's nothing in there that I could actually say with full confidence in there, like, that would make me continue, like, saying, this is the reason I go and get this magazine for. This is why I love this, you know, part of, like, you know, this magazine for, like, you know, oh, like, you have your, like, kind of condensed shares, like, you know, when you get in there, like, you go Shonen Magazine, it's like, oh, this is why I read it. I have this. Like, you know, and Young Jump, whereas, like, Young Jump has, like, so many, like, incredible things. I know it's part of the same company, or, like, part of Shueisha, but it's like, You look at Young Jump, like what they've got. You got your Tokyo Ghouls, you got your Kingdoms, you got your Terra from Mars in there. Like you have multiple series in there that are goddamn interesting. I believe Rikido is in there as well. Like that's all, like already more stuff I can name off my hand on that in one other magazine than I can in the most popular like actual magazine in there. So like they have to either like really get some of their old people in there, like we're saying, no, this is from the creator of this. Like maybe they have to like try bring Kuba back. I know they got Boruto and all that in there, but like maybe Boruto might be the biggest change for the magazine, if anything, if they like really try and like push that so much, like and like actually get into some brand new material in there. But that's the thing though, like that's where I'm at the moment with like Shonen Jump, and I hate feeling that. I don't want to feel this like feeling with like Shonen Jump where I'm like, because I think of Thursdays, like, if people remember, like, I used to, like, when they used them, chapters used to come out Wednesday and Thursday, so I could, like, name, you got Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, you had Medaka Box, Beelzebub, Hitman Reborn in there, like, you had so much of, like, variety, Bakuman, like, I'm forgetting a ton of series in there. I know a lot of people are going to blast me like for that, but like I know there was a ton of series in there. Like you got your Gintamas, you had a variety in there from all kinds of selections. You had the romance, even Nisekoi as well. You had the romance side in there. Think of all the stuff that's like accumulated like over the past couple of years in Jump, and seeing how a lot of it has just disappeared. Like, and it's like I felt like then there was like a selection for everything. I felt like if you wanted your action series, you got big variety there. You wanted your comedy series, you go there. You had your like romance there, and like that's what I loved about Jump. Jump was a giant circle just filled to the brim, almost overflowing at that point of like, to me, like iconic characters where it's like, I know who you are, I know who you are, I know who you are, and I know what genre you are, I know what you specialize in, I know what you're good at. That's not the case anymore. It's like, you got One Piece, that's the action series, that's it. Like, full stop, that's the action series. I know that's how it's always been in Japan, like that, that's your action adventure series. And then you got like a couple of titty series in there, and then like maybe one other action. So like that's it. And then you got Haikyuu, the sports series. That's it. That's the only sports series that only fucking matters. Well, in my eyes, really, like for the most part, with a few exceptions. But it's like with apart from Ippo, but like that's it. Like, and that like just when I think of Jump, I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel nostalgic. I want to think of the here and now. And that's kind of where I'm gonna like really end off the video with people like where just I honestly think like 2017, like technically like I don't think it's gonna be the death of Jump, but if anything I think late 2016 to like now has been the death of the Jump for a lot of people, where it's like they don't read magazines like that anymore. Like I only read like on a weekly what I keep up with, apart from review wise, I keep up with Gintama and Clover. I don't read Haikyuu. I love the anime like on that, and I'll always probably stick to the anime for Haikyuu. And like, you know, Academia, whenever I read it like that, I have it on and off. And like One Piece, I'll catch up eventually at some point, like maybe in 2017, but not this year. Like, you know, like I'll leave a bulk of chapters to read for that. But I want to know you guys think in the comment section down below, like, what do you think about that? Like, about the death of Jump and everything like that? Well, in my eyes, really, I think it's like, to me, Jump is now just this, like, fucking dog that just needs to be put down for the most part, or it's just like, it's seen its glory days, and it never will see those glory days again, which is sad, because, like, it's a magazine, it's a business at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, like, when I looked at Jump back in the day, I felt like it had passion, it had, like, you know, vision, it had, like, a bunch of things into it, and that's kind of where, like, I thought of it, like, and I know a lot of them were dumb, goofy series and all that, that probably didn't like mean a lot and all that, but just having that variety, and that was what I loved, why I always consistently watched anime and manga, because I thought I had a consistency of new, fresh things going in there, and I felt there was always something different in there. But nowadays, it don't feel like that. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older, and that I've seen so many series at this point, but I don't know. I want to see what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching though. I'll see you guys though next time.